to go and serve them. Leadership is not about how much I get, but leadership and entrepreneurship and being a business leader is how much you give. So go and give what you've been blessed to have.
Hello, welcome to The Ship, an inspirational podcast designed to equip leaders and entrepreneurs with tools and strategies to strive. Now, here's your host, Tyrone Magwagwa.
Welcome, Francois. I decided to invite you today because, many people have been going through this whole pandemic with, so much fear because they don't know what to do. They don't know where to go, which direction to go. I just decided to bring you here so that we can have a conversation on some of the things that people can do just to make sure that their year becomes exceptional and they can continue growing. How have you been?
No, I've been well, thanks. Can I ask you a favor?
Yes.
Can I do a Facebook Live while we chat of this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. I'm on it, so we can continue. No, thank you, Tyrone. Thanks for inviting me to your podcast. It's a privilege. We've known each other for quite some time now, and I've met you, and I know that you are a hard worker, a self-starter, somebody that inspires other people as well. And it's a privilege to be on your show.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I guess my first question for you is, as I said, that a lot of people have been struggling with the whole pandemic. People don't really know what to do and where to go. What do you think people can do? A person for a person with an idea that they had, but they don't know what to do because the pandemic has sort of made them to go in this frenzy where they can't do anything. What do you think people like that should do?
So I think with people, it's a mind thing that people are experiencing, where the fear of the thing is much greater than the thing itself, if that makes sense. We've been chatting off camera quickly about this run the month challenge that I'm currently doing, and if you think about it, the fear or the anxiety of getting up and go and run 24, 25, 26, today is 29 kilometers that I have to run. Every morning that I wake up, I think, but what excuse am I going to give the people today why I can't do this? And then I just think about, but your mind should be stronger than your body, because your body always wants to go back to that comfort zone, wants to go back to that bad habit. But when you start making your mind or empowering your mind to be in control, you overcome that. So with this whole situation and the virus and all that, and it's bad, I understand it. I've got a business that is on pause right now, so I fully understand where people are coming from. But this is such a great opportunity to grow and invest in yourself, and looking at the skills where you are not so good at, to improve that, and to look at the skills where you are very good at and double down on that. People often say, but you have to just work on one or the other. I say no. I say there need to be a balance between working on both your not so good skills and your better skills.
About growth, because a lot of people, when they come up with ideas, they think of the end goal, which is the big thing, and they focus on the big thing, but they focus to break it down into these smaller, achievable things that they can do. Let's talk a bit about that. How would you say that for a person who is starting out, or a person who's going out, how can a person really break down that big goal into something that is smaller, into something that is achievable, into something that they can do on a daily basis?
So growth is a very cool thing, and exceptional growth or exponential growth is something that all business leaders, entrepreneurs need to strive for. And if you want to achieve something in your business or in your life, the planning of it is so important. I was reading a book of Stephen R. Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And he talks in there, I think it's the second habit or so that he talks about, where everything is created twice. First of all, it's created in your mind. And second, it's created when you do it. So when you talk about growth you also need to go and plan for. Growth doesn't just happen. You need to plan for it and work at it. So what I tell my clients is, when we do their budgets and their forecasts and so forth, is that they plan for the next 12 months, what they're going to do in detail, so that they understand the big picture where they're going to, and then go and plan it. So creating it the first time on paper. And once you know where you want to go to, then you can come back and then you break it down to say, well, if I want to earn, let's make the maths easy, 1.2 million in a year, I need to earn 100,000 Rand a month. And then you break it down to per week, per day, and you know exactly what you need to do. But other than that, if you then understand, okay, well, I need to make X amount per day, what do I need to do to make that amount? And then you start and say, okay, well, I need to call, let's say, for example, 10 clients. And this is where the growth and the endurance curve come in. So let's say you start off on the 1st of June and you tell yourself, and I'm actually going to do this. And you tell yourself, on the 1st of June, I'm going to phone 10 clients. And on the 2nd of June, I'm going to phone 20 clients. And you build it up every day, and then 30, and then 40, and then 50. And you start doing that, you're going to see exceptional and exponential growth in June.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. And what I'm getting from what you're saying is just consistency. That when you consistently do something every day, it amounts to something big, and there is growth that comes out of it. Let me ask you. Go ahead.
Before you ask, and before we go on, that consistency is doing it even when you feel like not doing it. And that's where the big thing comes in. It's not being consistent today and then consistent in 2 days' time and then being consistent in a week's time. No. Even when you don't feel like it, you need to do it.
Wow, that is powerful. That is strong. That is powerful. Yeah. So my next question is, I just want to find out what made you go into entrepreneurship, because I know that you had over 15 years experience, and you're working for a multinational group of companies, and you were a director at the age of 35. Your life was pretty good for you. What made you decide to then go into entrepreneurship?
Well, back then, I was working for this multinational, and as you say, life was pretty good. So why did I change? I came to the realization one day, Tyrone, that I was working, and I think it was 20-hour day again, and just I thought by myself, who am I impacting here? Who is suffering with this sacrifice that I'm doing, and is this sacrifice worth it? And I looked at my hand and I counted who am I impacting at that point in time, and it was 5 entities, of which 3 were corporate. So I was really just making an impact onto 2 people, the shareholders of the company. And I just realized all this sacrifice that I'm doing, missing time with my family, not looking after my health, neglecting relationships, to impact 2 people. If they call this success, then I don't want it. So I decided to resign, started my own company, invested into a few companies, and really with the purpose and the vision to help small to medium enterprises, first of all, understanding their financial numbers better, and then also helping them to create this vision, this budget, this forecast, to help them make the impact that they envisage to make. Because I realize if I can help other business leaders and entrepreneurs with the skills that I build up so that they can realize their vision, then I'm going to realize my vision.
Yeah, that's very powerful. That is very powerful. I realize that all of the problems that we're facing in the world, and mainly in Africa, can only be solved through entrepreneurship, effective leadership and entrepreneurship. And I don't believe that in Africa we have a money problem, because think about it, we've got the minerals, the gold, and we're pretty good. But I think we lack leadership, effective leadership, and we lack entrepreneurship. I was looking at this at one point, and South Africa was one of the lowest countries in terms of entrepreneurship in the world. And what can we do to really promote entrepreneurship in this nation?
What can we do to promote entrepreneurship? That's an interesting question. I think it's things like this that we're currently doing, where more entrepreneurs get together, more business leaders get together to discuss this, to put it out to their platforms, that we don't wait on somebody else to go and promote it or put schemes together or this program or that program, but that it is that we see a lot more collaboration between business leaders and entrepreneurs now than ever before, so that we can show the other people that want to go, that we can show the other business leaders and entrepreneurs out there, when we start working together instead of working against each other, then we can get the results that we want to get.
No, that is very true. I believe that will definitely improve the rate of entrepreneurship in this country. But for most entrepreneurs, I've heard this statement a lot, and for me, it does not make sense at all. I've had people not start because they say that I don't have enough money. For me, a person, for anything that I've ever done, I have never needed money. What would you say to that? Do you think that it is possible to start without money, or you think that you definitely need money to start?
So there's two resources that you need as an entrepreneur to really start a business. One is either money, and the other one is time. So if we all have time, right? There's not anybody in this world that doesn't have time. So you've already got one of the resources that you need to start a business. If you don't have money, you need to use your time as effectively as possible. And how can you use that time effectively? First of all, you look at what are you good at. Second of all, you go and invest in yourself. Time-wise, there's so much free stuff out there on YouTube to watch. And if you don't have Wi-Fi, then you go to a place where they give you free Wi-Fi, and you go and sit there for the day and you watch YouTube videos and Google and just anything that you can, or you read books. Then you get somebody and you say, listen, Tyrone or Francois, whoever, I want to start this entrepreneurial journey. I don't have money. Can I come and work for you and see how you do it? Can I come and apply my skills in your business? And you don't have to pay me. I just want to learn as much as possible from this. Once you have that, and you start honing your skills, then there's a lot of affiliate programs where you can actually go and take somebody else's product and sell it on their behalf and earn a commission without having to buy the product and all of that, where you just use somebody else's product and you go and sell it as an affiliate. A lot of businesses and entrepreneurs have started. There's so many proof of that is an effective way. So use your time. If you don't have money, use your time much more effectively and diligently to hone your skills and to then start off with your company.
Yeah, I like what you just said in terms of just using your time, because you can either find a person with the money but who does not have the time. So if you can then connect with someone who has something that you don't, then you guys can be able to form even a partnership. And since both of you are giving value to each other, he does not have the time, but he has the money. You don't have the money, but you have the time. And both can be able to work something out that can be very effective for both. Speaking about time, go ahead.
No. As you said, if you find somebody that's got the money and not the time, and you can solve that problem for him by giving him or her your time, then that's an entrepreneur solving problems.
That's true. Just a quick question with regards to time. How much of your time do you spend on your business during your 24 hours? How much of that do you spend on your business?
How much do I spend on my business? So I've 24 hours. I sleep about 6 hours. So that gives me 18 hours. I've got a young family. My kids are younger than 6 years old, so I spend a lot of time with them as well. So I would say, if I look at my diary, some days are different than others, but I spend close on 12 hours a day on my business. Some days less, some days more, depending on if there's new projects that I'm working on that I do. But let's say on average about 12 hours a day.
Yeah, that's true. How has being an entrepreneur affected your family? Because I know that most people, families had to pay like a price for the father or the mother being an entrepreneur, either whether it's sleepless nights, whether it's travels, and yeah. So how has you being an entrepreneur affected your family?
Oh, it's for me and affecting my family. I've actually started this because of my family, because now I could take my time back. I didn't have to be at the office a certain time and work there. Now I can schedule my time to take my daughters for their swimming lessons before the virus. I could go and watch their sport before the virus. Now we spend so much time together at home, and it's bringing us really closer together, because now we as a family can plan. And I plan in my diary my family time as well. I schedule it as I would schedule a meeting. I don't look for open gaps for them. I schedule them in, and then I schedule my business around them.
Wow, that is very effective. I'm definitely going to use that. Yeah. So my next question for you is, looking at where you are now, how do you generate new ideas? Like, how do you come up with new ideas?
Sure. I don't have a specific model or framework to come up with new ideas. I think what I do a lot is I take in, when I scroll through Facebook, Instagram, social media, newspapers, wherever, on what are people struggling with, what are they, what do they need now to help them on their journey to get to that next level. And I must be honest, when I run, then I just get these ideas. So after a run, I normally sit down and I just jot down things that I can do. And I think one of the big things that people need right now is financial knowledge in their business. They need to fully understand their financial information and their financial numbers, not just knowing them, but really understand how everything is working together. As I read and as I listen to the ultra successful years entrepreneurs and business leaders, that's the one thing that they all concentrate on now. They look at their financial information to make sure where they can save, where they can pivot, where they can cut, so that they can grow their businesses in this time, or survive in this time and grow afterwards. So I think it's paramount for small and medium enterprises, entrepreneurs and business leaders now as well. If you don't understand your financial information, to get that knowledge under your belt, get that tool into your toolkit, so that you can also make the right, profitable, and financial savvy decisions.
10 years ago, I did not know that blank is very important in life.
10 years ago, I did not know that planning for the unplanned is so important.
Planning for the unplanned is so important. Wow.
So
Explain.
planning for the unplanned. So explaining is that 10 years ago, no one knew that today we're going to sit in the situation where we are. No business have gone and planned, say, hey, if I am shut down for 3 months, what am I going to do? What do I need to do? That's why I think it's get out of this. This needs to be one of your statements. If I plan, if all my traffic, if all my customers dry up, what do I do? If all my employees walk out on me, what do I do? If there is some economic external thing that's impacting my business, what do I do? Because, you understand? So plan for the unplanned.
Well, I like that so much. And to be honest with you, no one was prepared for this. No business, no entity was prepared for the pandemic. And the truth is, most people, as I was saying at the beginning of this interview, and I was asking you, that most people actually then quit their visions, which is wrong, of which what we're supposed to be doing is just pivoting. Do you believe that the vision does not change, but the strategy is the one that changes?
Yes. Your vision can't change. You got into business for a specific reason. You did it, you started, or you were forced to, for a specific reason. How you get to that, yes, that can change. I think about, what is that, Apollo 13, when they returned back to Earth.
Yes.
And they couldn't, and their navigation systems and all of that were broken. And all that they could do is keep that one window that they had to focus on planet Earth. But if you look at their flight plan, they went like this, but their path was like this, but they were on 90% off their path, but they still reached their destination. So us as business leaders and entrepreneurs, the vision don't change, but the strategy needs to change. If I can tell you, the one business of mine that is on pause, we are now looking at the 1st of June to bring out a total new product that we haven't even thought of on the 1st of June, that will make sense now for this situation where we are in, that will start driving traffic to that business again, and that we can restart the business.
Viewers, this is amazing, because Francois, because he's an amazing person, because he has a very good heart, decided that he's going to give us a giveaway for the viewers. I'm going to allow him just to talk a bit about that. Then I'll let you know what you need to do in order to win that giveaway. So Francois, please go ahead.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Tyrone. This is just me giving to you, to your audience. I've put together a 5-part training series just for entrepreneurs out there, to help them with a situation where we are. So it's called Master Your Financial Intelligence. It's a 5-part series of financial goal setting, profitable decisions framework, the framework that I've been you've been using in my corporate career, that I've used now in my own business, and that I teach my clients to use. Another one, keep your money separate, maximize your short-term cash flow. At this point in time, cash flow is so important. And then protecting your business and your assets, because I was burned by this, and I thought, let me share my story there with you. So a 5-part series, video series that you can go and download. Tyrone will give you the details of where to go and download that. And that's just my gift to you for listening to this, for watching this, and to help you and support you in your business.
Great. So if you want that, all you need to do is to go to Francois Joubert. I hope I pronounced that correctly. You need to go to Francois Joubert. You go and follow him on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Yes. Subscribe on YouTube, and just make sure that you show me proof, then I'll send you a link for you to be able to